Hey, what's up guys? I am back again. Today we're doing the Frieza leader from Miraculous Revival. He's super cool. I love the self-awakening and searching for Frieza stuff. And I love the flip side as well. It's super defensive, and I just think we've been lacking a bunch of defense, except for, you know, the deadly defenders. And also the new gate. But other than that, I guess that's all I have. So let's get right into the deck. I'm going to put it aside here. So our leader here is this wonderful, wonderful Frieza with super tight art. So nice. It has activate main once per turn. Choose one card from your life and add it to your hand. Then, look it up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose one red Frieza army card from there, put it in your hand, and put the other one under your deck in any order. So that's quite nice, you know, self-awakening and looking for basically anything in the deck. There are a couple things that you can't search for, which I'll get into later. And it also has this nice little awaken, where it's the 50-50 thing that they've been doing between drawing and energy. So when you're at 4 life, untap an energy, draw a card. And he flips over into this nice Frieza metamorphic threat. It's 15k. He has the basic, you know, when this card attacks, draw a card. It's like every leader has that, basically. You all have probably seen that before. But, the reason this guy is special is his activate main. Once per turn, choose one red Frieza's army card in your battle area and KO it. Then choose one card in your hand and place it in your drop area. And he gets plus 5,000 power till the end of your opponent's next turn. Like I said, it's a defensive card, you know. That and it can be used for offense, you know, making your leader 20k. Not a bad way to start a battle. So, offensive and defensive at the same time, I think that's quite nice. So, up first is our 4 Trunks. Intensifying power Trunks, sorry. He has auto. When this card attacks, you may choose a 1 card in your life, add it to your hand. If you do, he gets plus 10,000 power and critical for the duration of the turn. So, you know, early game swinger to self-awaken, draw a card, and it gets crit, which is why I run this guy over the Kaba. If you guys don't know, you probably do know, but there's the old Saiyan Kaba from set 1 or 2 that has the same effect as Trunks, except you get double strike instead of critical. I just think the hand control of critical is better than the pressure of double strike, especially since, like I said, this is more of a defensive deck. Since it is Frieza, we use Frieza. Let me move it over a little bit. Sorry for the glare right there. He has Swap 2. Yeah, they brought back Swap and they gave it to Frieza. Yeah, I don't know much more to say about that. Bandai, what are you doing? And it has auto. When you play this card from your hand, choose up to 1 of your red leader cards or red battle cards, other than this card, of course, and it gets a plus 5,000 power to the duration of the turn. So, you know, it's a nice little buff. Oops, forgot that one. It's a nice little buff kind of mechanic, and swap, of course. So it's just for a quick little burst. Now we've got our... Put those to the right a little bit, sorry. Our evolutionary process Frieza. I just realized you guys can't read the foil one, so let me fix that. My apologies. There we go. So it has swap 2 for 1 red energy, and Permanent. During your opponent's turn, this card gets minus 5,000 power, so it's only a 10k on your opponent's turn, but that's not a huge problem when usually you'll just Frieza, swing, or maybe not since it's a 5k, swap into the 2-drop Frieza, swing, pay an energy, swap into the 3-drop, which I'll be getting into in a little bit. Next up are super combos, the Strikeforce Jeice. I had to debate between running Jeice or, I can't remember, the Sparkling 5 super combo from Miraculous Revival. I chose Jeice because of flavor reasons, and once again, it's Ginyu Force. Like, I run the rest of the Ginyu Force package, I kind of have to include Jeice. But it's, you know, standard super combo, except this is a Frieza army specific one. When you combo with this card, if your leader is a red Frieza army, and your life is at 5 or less, it gets plus 10,000 combo power, and draw a card. So, super combo at 5 instead of 4 if your leader is a red Frieza army, which it obviously is. Speaking of Ginyu Force package, 2 Guldo. This guy has Barrier, and he has when you play this card from your hand, if all of your battle cards and red, or if all of your battle cards are red and no other color, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and choose up to 1 red Ginyu Force card with an energy cost of 2 other than Strikeforce Ginyu or Guldo, and play it. And place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Quite nice. It's kind of this little swarm mechanic, you know. All the Ginyu Force members except for Ginyu have it, well, and Jeice. So it's, you know, Guldo in a Burter into another Guldo into another Burter. It's really, really swarmy. No. I don't know why they gave us a package like this straight off the heels of Storm being banned. You know, Storm's that super hyper aggro deck, and this is quite an aggro deck. So, yeah. It also has swap, so it's like, I just refer to this as Storm 2.0. It's nowhere near as busted as Storm, but still pretty good. We've got our Strikeforce Burter. This guy has critical and the same ability as Guldo, except for you can't target Burter instead of Guldo. You know, so Guldo had, you know, if all your battle cards are red and no other color, look at top 5, play a 2 or less cost Ginyu Force member there that isn't Guldo. Burter has 2 or cost red Ginyu Force member that isn't Burter. And he also has critical, so like I said, you know, the hand control kind of thing. I do realize that I said this is a defensive deck, and then I just said it was an aggro deck, but the leader is defensive, and the actual cards in it are pretty aggro. So we've got our Strikeforce Recoome, has the same ability as Burter, except you can't target Recoome. And this guy has double strike. You know, pretty basic. Rounding out our 2-drops is our 2 Dodoria, the expendable. Pretty nice, but I only run 2 because the Frieza swap package. Oh, I just realized I should probably explain what he does. He has a blocker, and when this card is KO'd, choose 1 red Frieza card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your hand and play it. The only reason I only play 2 of them is because the Frieza swap engine isn't really the main focus of the deck. It's the Ginyu Force. That's the main focus. Stuttering a lot today, don't know why. Next up are 3 body change Ginyu. This guy rounds out our Ginyu Force. You can't play him from any of their abilities because he's a 3-drop, but he's quite nice when you get on the field after a turn to Burter, Guldo, or Ginyu. Or Burter. Not Ginyu. So Ginyu, he has the ability, when you play this card, choose all your red Ginyu Force cards in your battle area, and they get plus 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. It turns all of your Ginyu Force members that you just spammed out on turn 2 into 20k beat sticks. One of which has critical, the other has double strike. But that wouldn't be enough to make him this good, or as good as he is. He also has activate main, place this card in the owner's drop area, and then play this card in your opponent's battle area from its owner's drop area. So, you know, gotta put these two aside for a second. Swing with him, because I think he gets plus 10,000. Yeah, he does. So, swing with the 25k beat stick Ginyu. Then once you're done, KO him, give him to your opponent, and take one of their 20k or less battle cards. Sadly, Legendary Flute was recently limited to 1, which is why I don't run it in the deck, because then you could just, you know, Ginyu, swing, drop it, switch it for something of your opponent's, Legendary Flute this guy back to your hand and drop. Your opponent then gets nothing from the exchange, and you get to replace the Legendary Flute from your hand, get your Ginyu back, and get one of their 20k battle cards. And that's after the Ginyu made all your things just this giant 20k beat sticks. So, like I said, Ginyu Force package, main focus of the deck, and I think you see why now. Up next are 3-drop Frieza, the Frieza Storm of Blows. He has Barrier, he has Swap 5 for 2, and he has, when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less, and KO it. And he's also a 15k, so, you know, once again, this guy you'll usually swap with, you know, you'll 3-drop Frieza into, 1-drop into 2-drop, into 3-drop, into 5-drop, which I'll be getting into in just a second. But before our 5-drop Frieza, we have our 3 chain attack Trunks. Now we kind of have to run this guy, 1, because he's super good, and 2, because we're already running those 1-drop Trunks. So, you know, if you don't have the Ginyus, or if you do, you can turn 1 Trunks to turn 2, evolve into chain attack Trunks, and play a Ginyu Force. So basically, you're getting a 20k. Oh, I forgot to explain him. He has evolve 2 for 2 red on a he has evolve for 2 red on a Trunks GT. He has permanent. This card can attack active mode battle cards. And when you play this card, you may choose a battle card in your hand with 15,000 or less power and play it. As you can see, chain attack Trunks is really good. Sorry guys, I just had a camera problem. I'll fix that in editing, so you won't see it, but if you hear me cut off mid-sentence, it's because of the camera problem that just happened. So next up is our 5-drop Final Showdown Frieza. This guy is super good. He's a 25k beat stick, first of all. You also swap into him from the Frieza Storm of Blows, so another reason to run him. But he has critical, double strike, and auto once per turn. When your opponent declares to play a battle card or places a card in their battle area, if your leader card is a red Frieza's Army, you may choose 1 card from your life and place it in your drop area. If you do, the battle card is played with its skills negated for the duration of the turn. This skill can be activated at counter speed. Timing, sorry. So this is Cold Bloodlust that makes you crit yourself instead of playing it. I don't know really what to say about it. It's just really good. Especially with the, no, you can't use it on Goku's. Kind of kills Storm, but if you get this out against Storm, the Storm player probably deserves to die anyway. Next up, our big guy, Frieza, Army Reborn from the new Miraculous Revival box. Oh, I love this art. I love this art. I love this card. I love the movie this art is based off of. I think you probably understand that I really like this card. He has a quadruple strike, so that's a half of their life in one attack. He has ultimate, so you can only have one, which is why I'm only running one. That and I only have one. He has permanent. When your life is at 2 or less, reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 3. So he's a 5-drop, meaning you can swap into him. I think. I'll have to check the ruling on that. And it has auto. When you play this card, your opponent reveals their hand, and you choose one card from it, and place it in their drop area. Then choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 40,000 or less power, ignoring barrier, and KO them. Everything that they have that isn't a 40k is just dead. It even ignores barrier. This is a board wipe. Yeah. This is the, I think, second board wipe we've had. We've had this, and then we've had Kami. But Kami kills himself when you use his ability. And this guy is a 40k quadruple strike beat stick. Now, to be fair, Kami takes 3 energy to do. This guy takes 8, and if you're at 2 or less, he takes 5. More energy, better ability. Well, that needs, quadruple strike. I think I've kind of said that already, but, half your opponent's life is a bunch. I'm going to speed through these last little bit, because it's 18 minutes in. Afterimage strike, counterattack. If your leader card is red, choose up to one of your cards, and it gets plus 40,000 power for the duration of the battle, and then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. It also has permanent Sparking 5. If you have 5 or more cards in your drop area, you can take a life to play it instead of paying energy. Paralysis technique. Counterattack, negate the attack, and if your leader card is a red Frieza army card, choose your opponent's leader card and all their battle cards, and they get minus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Kind of shuts down Storm again. Like I said, defense, aggro-ish. It's a blend of defense and aggro. And last 3 cards in the deck is our 3 Frieza's Army Spaceship. Can't read the foil, don't know why I put it in front. There you go, all better. It's a field spell, or field card, and it has at the end of your turn, choose one red Frieza army card with an energy cost of 2 less from your hand, and play it. If you played a card with this skill, draw a card. So, it's another good turn 2 play. It gets out your Ginyus, it gets out your 2-drop Frieza, all that. And you get to draw cards off of it. So it perpetually replaces the cards that you play. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. I certainly loved working on this deck. It's really fun to work with Frieza. If you did like it, press like button, subscribe for more content, and check out my Instagram, Patreon, and Twitter. I'll put the deck list in the description, and I try to put out videos every 3 days. you know, keep the content coming out. So if you do like what I'm doing, subscribe, and in another 3 days, I'll see you guys again.